21, Joel Embiid.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. And it's Prince in at the 3, the small forward. And for Philadelphia, Gordon is out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Oubre. Then it's Paul George. And it's Embiid in at the 5. Here we are, Greg, in Game 1 of the NBA season. How does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
Now Trent, after Kelly Oubre missed from long range. Oubre with the steal. And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way. And it's Gordon missing. Lillard with it. Maxey covering. Yes, that goes in. Lillard's got the first basket of the game for Milwaukee.
Dame showing off that ball control. He's a master at creating space.
Back to Gordon. Embiid sets the pick for Gordon. Pass to Embiid. Gordon trying to break loose. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Gordon.
Inside, Embiid has almost too many options. A lot of ways he can get it done.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Well, the Sixers this summer signing Paul George to create a star trio, along with the great value signings around the edges, really is widely regarded as one of the league's most improved rosters. And guys, this team is poised to compete with the league's best. They have a big 3, and they have a real chance now to win a championship.
No doubt about it. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
Talking about Damian Lillard, coach admitted they're zoned in with slowing him down. Coach said we know how dangerous he can be, and we're prepared to mix it up and throw different defenders at him if possible. We don't want him to find his comfort zone. A difficult strategy to pull off, guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Oubre. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Oubre with it. Guarded now by Prince. 11 feet away. The rebound by Prince. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lillard outside. Lopez outside. 6 on the shot clock. Trent kicks to Antetokounmpo. From past the arc. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. This game against Milwaukee here. It's their first look to start the season.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, I like what you said there. I mean, both teams are in the upper echelon of the conference, but they really dominated that matchup. We'll see if that continues to be the case tonight.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Andre Drummond's checked in for the 76ers. The Bucks also with the sub. Portis is checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Lillard bounce pass. Portis against George. Left side Portis. Excellent D there from George.
Does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
Rebound Milwaukee. Lillard outside. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Knocks down the three ball. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
Tell you what, doesn't matter whether he's on the move or standing still, Leonard is a flat-out laser shooter.
Oubre kicks to Maxey. Down low, here's George. Plays it up and banks it in. 7 points in the game.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. High, arcing shot. Some solid defense from Maxey. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. 76ers lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post positions. Wright is out there with Green, and it's Jackson in at the small forward position. And it's Wright missing. The 76ers leading. Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Here's Martin after the made shot from Bobby Portis. Three-pointer, Lowry. Green with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Portis a screen on Martin. Martin against Jackson. Giannis outside. Shoots the three. And the rebound goes to Martin. Antetokounmpo's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Back to Lowry. Here's Council. Hasn't made one yet. Good on the triple. Council's got the lead up to 5 now for Philadelphia.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Here's Giannis.
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Prince comes in for Jackson. Trent's checked in for Green. And Damian Lillard subbed in for DeLon Wright. And awards now have a minimum minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best moves. Let's go.
Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. The Bucks also with the sub. Bobby Portis is checked in for Antetokounmpo.
Substitution on the court.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside Portis, Lillard outside. It's Drummond with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 3. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range. Lillard with the bucket.
So effective in the catch and shoot is Lillard. You give him an inch, and he's taking much more than that.
Here's Drummond. Outside for George. Outside Gordon. For 3, Oubre. Milwaukee with the rebound.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Prince, the pass to Trent. Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's Lillard again missing. 76ers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Lopez with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Trent. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Excellent read from the veteran Lillard. He has a strong feel for how his teammates are open.
Here's George. And a little luck that time, but it drops. George has got it all tied up now for the 76ers. It's all tied in Philadelphia. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Hey folks, first off, let's take a look at the overall NBA schedule on tap for tonight. The Pacers will square off against the Pistons out in Detroit. Tip-off will be 7 o'clock Eastern.
Gentlemen, I can't wait for that game. We've been talking about it for a while.
Two great teams just going at it. We'll see which style of play wins out.
And circling back to the first half of our game, Paul George had his fingerprints all over it.
Taking his time on offense has allowed him to get into a rhythm. And his teammate are getting him the ball. So the rhythm, he could do something with it.
Yeah, that's not only putting up the points, but that's putting a great beat to it, Shaq.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's
done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Embiid is out there with George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Oubre, and it's Gordon in at the two-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Kicks it out to Lillard. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charity stripe. These guys were practically automatic. Fourth, Damian Lillard.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
76ers on defense. Trent setting a pick for Giannis. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Giannis has got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now here's Embiid. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Giannis. Milwaukee with the ball. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Trent against George. And Nick Nurse bragged the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
The first one falls. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And both free throws good for Paul George. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime in Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Chance to see the numbers for George. He's coming off an excellent season. He put up about 22 points a game last season, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Philadelphia. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
There is no slowing down Paul George. A volcanic eruption from PG tonight.
The same day, Clark, that Tyrese Maxey was named to the All-Star game, he scored a career high and was great doing it.
How about that, Kevin? How ironic is that? It was his first All-Star selection, by the way. But this has been the story with Maxey. I mean, he just continues to make great progress in his game. He's a really dynamic young player with still room to grow.
Maxey kicks to George. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lillard, that's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you followed this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan. And here's George. After Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Embiid, no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
They play the clock right, they can go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Maxey looking it over. The deep 3 from George. It's hauled in by Trent. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Lopez. Maxey against Lillard. To the paint, 6 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And it's 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Fires from way outside. It's not going to go for him. And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Bucks ahead. They're up by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the 4th quarter. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Antetokounmpo and Portis man the post positions. Green is out there with Wright, and it's Jackson in at the 3 slot. Bucks leading by 3. Wright outside. Portis sets the pick for Wright. Portis kicks to Green. On the wing, Giannis. Portis sets the pick for Giannis. Ripped away. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. McCain's shot is off. The Bucks shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Wright looking around. Pass to Portis. And the rebound goes to Martin. The 76ers trail by 3. David struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Giannis against Martin. Portis, the pass to Jackson. Now Giannis, covered by Martin. Giannis says, "Get off me!"
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. Grant comes in for Jackson. Trent's checked in for Green. And it's Damian Lillard in for DeLon Wright. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. Now, he said, come on, can anybody make a three? We have to be better from deep. He implored his team to find the shooters, get them open with movement and picks. See if it works, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Lillard with it. Trent outside. Lopez, a screen on George. No one covered. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
The 76ers running out of time. And here's Embiid. Jacks up a three. The rebound by the Bucks. Prince has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Antetokounmpo. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one made. Maxey finds Embiid. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
You know, it's the muscle and size of Embiid that allow him to score through contact.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bucks.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
You know, what I respect about Embiid, in addition to his tremendous skill and size, is his willingness to keep working on himself. He's already an elite talent, but if he sees any room for improvement, he'll go to work to make it happen.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. Lopez against Embiid from the low block. No good that time.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Lopez. Over George. And off the front iron, and in it goes. And it's a 9-point Bucks lead.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And Milwaukee has possession. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Timeout called the 76ers. 19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
Your 76ers, ENT, give him a hand.
Here's George. Oubre outside. That three off the mark. And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Giannis, some early struggles, but what got you going?
I just trust myself. I just have confidence in myself. And that's what my teammates want me to do. They want me to stay aggressive. They want me to make the right play. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Sometimes you have a bad game and you let your teammates down, but at the end of the day, you got to pick it up because your teammates need you. And I'm going to be here for my teammates all day long.
Well, you were certainly there down the stretch, man. Congrats. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks so much.